Okay, so these transitions. So what you don't want to end up happening is that when the weaker arm tries to lead, that it throws you out basically. So that's what you're working on, that's what you're practicing. Getting it smooth and not basically changing the dynamic too much. So ideally you're working to the same dynamic. Okay, keeping it nice and smooth, and then obviously the more you get comfortable with it, then you can start doing it louder and faster. Okay, now obviously there's loads and loads of different exercises you can do. That's just one that I stumbled upon. Another little exercise I've been doing recently, obviously I've been helping my doubles. And my right arm being the stronger one is much more controlled. My left hand is not as controlled, and it can sound a bit well, I've actually warmed up my arm a little bit, so again, when you're doing double strokes, they should still sound like shouldn't really be able to tell the difference between them. Once it's like that, then you've got it down. Your weaker arm's caught up. And anyway, this exercise was basically doing quarter notes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but putting a double on the first and fourth. So you get this. That basically, and when you put them together you get a slightly strange pattern. And when you do that with a click, that should always be on your lead hand. And that's obviously a really slow tempo. Try it at 120. keeping that in motion. So there's a a transition in there when you start putting in the doubles, and like I said, you want to keep it smooth, you want to keep it even, so the dynamics kind of stay the same. Later on you can try different accents, like I was obviously emphasizing the lead note there to show that it was with the lead note on the click, but I'm aware that I'm keeping the first note of the right hand double on the click on the lead note. Shut up. So now I'll explain why I think my head's leading with the left is because I'm hearing this. That's what, once it gets into it and becomes a loop, for some reason my brain picks out that. But I'm then managing to keep the lead note on the lead sound of the click. Okay, don't get too flash because then you mess up. Yeah, that's quite a good exercise to do. I struggled with it to start with. Because one, I had to work it out, and then I realised that it was in my head. For some strange reason, I'm leading with the left in my head. The pattern just does that. Yeah, don't ask. Transitions, they're important. So next time you're playing, and you're playing some kind of pattern, I wish I could demonstrate properly on a proper drum kit. It would be so much easier. But next time you're playing on your drums, have a think about how you're leading into something. Is there a certain fill you have to do to lead you into something else? Are you able to do any fill you want to do? I bet there's times when actually you can't. Like I said, when I used to try and do my blast beats, I think I probably just hit a cymbal and then lead into a fill, because my body was used to doing that off of regular patterns, slower patterns. But when you're going that fast and you want to be able to put in a little snare burst, it's a transition, and I found it a stumbling block. So even going from the hi-hat, I found that, as you probably just heard then, my limbs ended up at the same time instead of alternating. So there's clearly something not quite right there, and I needed to address it. I'm not going to truly know until I get back on a kit. Anyway, well, that's the end of that video. Yes, it was called transitions because they are important, and you don't necessarily realise you're doing it. Now, okay, maybe until you watch this you weren't thinking about it, and now you'll start thinking about it, and maybe you'll start struggling. But if you can tackle that and get over it and find out the transitions that you are struggling with, and find out your comfort zone and think, oh well, I do that drum fill because yeah, that's the easiest way to get from that pattern to this pattern, or that tempo to that tempo. But then if you think, okay, I like what that drummer's doing, I like what I've heard there, I want to be able to do that, then you have to break it down. you have to understand what your bodies, what your limbs are doing. Now obviously I'm only using 2 here. I haven't got any bass drums or any hi-hat, so I'm only using 2 limbs at the moment. And I can't really talk when I'm playing because that's like a 5th limb. And you know, if I'm on stage and playing and someone asks me a question, it's got to be yes or no, because they're just about only going to get a yes or a no, and it'll probably be more like that. So that's something I'll have to tackle in the future for myself, is being able to talk. And the same goes for the breathing. I would actually say that the breathing is a 5th thing. And clearly I'm struggling with it. It's something I'm not doing properly with my playing. But anyway, yeah, I shall carry on tackling that myself, and hopefully I brought up a couple of things that you might think, oh yeah, that makes sense, and hopefully you can get on your kit and have a go at it properly. Yeah, like I said, I may get one more video in before my treatment. If not, then it may be a month or so before I do another one. I don't know exactly how tired the treatment's going to make me feel, but hopefully that will be the last actual treatment I will need to, you know, have beaten my cancer. And as you can see, hair's kind of growing back. Can't really do anything with it at the moment. I can't brush it or style it, and you know, it's an ongoing journey. As my drummer's journey is my drummer's journey, my cancer journey is the same, and that's ongoing as well. Hopefully there's nothing in your life that's you know, hindering you too much, and you can just sit down and get on with your drumming whenever you want to. But for those of you who perhaps are struggling with some things, be it personal, be it healthy, be it you know, whatever, hopefully I can inspire you to think, okay, well, if me, this, you know, 45-year-old bloke can do it, then you can do it too. And I hope you've noticed my t-shirt. No, it's not the brand of beans, it's another drumming t-shirt. Bit of fun, eh? Anyway, I'll see you soon.